You're tuned in to the Iceman Show podcast. I am your host, the Iceman. More bounce to the ounce, and I say what counts. Don't nobody go home till the fat man gets it in. What's happening, chocolate people? Everybody in between. We're back up in you one more again for another episode of the Iceman Show podcast, where we talk about everything that affects the black man and the black woman throughout the black diaspora. Kick your feet up. Ladies, grab you a nice glass of wine. And brothers, grab you a nice stiff drink. Let's get into this, y'all. You digs. WB Trey, what up, baby? Got a lot of stuff popping, y'all. Got a lot of stuff happening around the country. None of it is positive, or most of it isn't positive. Got a lot of bullshit popping off, and I noticed black folks are still not taking a lot of stuff seriously. And unfortunately, let me just talk to the real brothers and sisters. We can't save everybody. Okay? You can't put on a cape and save everybody. Some folks, you're going to have to leave them to their own devices. Some folk, you're just going to have to leave them alone and let them fend for themselves. That's just how it goes down, baby. Some folks are just going to do whatever they want to do, no matter the cost. Whether it's a cost to them or a cost to people around them, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They're going to continue to do what they do, which is be ridiculous and put us in a position where we, or put themselves, not just themselves, but putting us so you're going to have to understand, and I think the smart black folks, I don't need to explain this to them. Black people, let me say this to you. Just because you see other black men and women acting like adult children and being ridiculous, being childish, and being selfish, remember, in a situation like this, where you got a silent killer floating around here killing people, you don't have to do anything to them people. I guarantee either the virus is going to get at them or this economic tsunami that has already started is going to find their ass. 10 times out of 10, it's going to be the economy that's going to get them. All you selfish people out there who spend your day shitting on this planet, shitting on other people, particularly black people, you're gonna get your comeuppance. Okay, you're gonna get what's coming to you. So all of you folks who are worried that all these sucker ass people are not going to get what's coming to them, don't worry about it. It's going to come to them. It's going to get at them. Okay? Don't worry about it. Let me tell you why you shouldn't worry about it. See, what you should worry about is keeping you and your family safe from this virus and trying to find a way to survive this economic downturn that is already in recession mode and soon to be in depression mode if more people end up unemployed. Today, a soft count of the unemployed in the United States is 17 million people out of work. I guarantee it will be between 20 to 25 million people out of work come this weekend. Look, people, I've been sounding the alarm about what could happen what could happen in this country not just to you, but to everybody around you for years. I've been telling Black folks that you need to protect yourself. You need to protect yourselves from economic downturns that happen here in the United States. You need to do whatever you can do to insulate yourself from economic downturns. Okay? Now, I don't know if you guys heard about this on online news platforms, because most of us ain't got time to read no newspaper. Chinese police are now physically accosting Black Africans living in China. These Africans are innocent. They're not doing anything wrong. And these Chinese police are attacking them because there is the racism that they're touting in China is that the Chinese government and mainly Chinese males are concerned that Africans are going to impregnate their women and take their women away from them. They're also barring Africans from social businesses like bars, restaurants, a McDonald's franchise in China. These fools had the nerve to tell Black people they couldn't come in there and eat. And then McDonald's comes out with this half-ass, weak-ass milquetoast apology. That ain't enough, McDonald's. You're gonna have to get dealt with. We're gonna have to deal with you too. Just like we're gonna deal with these parasitic Asian businesses here in America that suck off of the Black community and suck millions, billions, and even trillions of dollars out of the Black neighborhoods. We're gonna talk about that tonight. So I suggest you grab I suggest you grab hold of your hat, because it's gonna be a rough ride tonight. Now, I noticed that because there are so many people on YouTube and Facebook that the video is choppy. So look, I have no control over that. My internet is working just fine. I have no control over that, Black folks. So please bear with me. You got to understand, YouTube and Facebook, people are out of work. So people are playing with their phones more than normally. So I have nothing to do with that. Just bear with me. We're going to get through this, and we're going to make sure that we're going to get educated tonight. We're going to have a transfer of information. You guys, I educate you. You guys educate me. I stand corrected. I'm not perfect. The information is not absolute. So if I make a mistake, I stand corrected, and I expect you guys to correct me, but please be respectful. Okay? If you haven't done it, make sure you do it. Hit us on the Cash App. Hit us on the Cash App. No, hit us on the Cash App. Our Cash App ID is $ the Iceman 1906. $ the Iceman 1906. or you can donate at asktheiceman.com. Scroll down to the donate button to donate there. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, you have to donate first before you can post in the chat room, with the exception of the usual suspects. They know who they are. They know who they are. You don't know, but we know who they are. And as long as I know and they know, that's all that matters. So if you're not one of the usual suspects or you have not donated, then I will automatically block you. I'm not playing. Don't sit up here and send me an email whining, talking about ICE. I've been listening to you for 6, 7, 8 years. How you gonna block me on YouTube? Well, you didn't follow the rules. The rules state you have to donate either on Cash App at $ the Iceman 1906 or asktheiceman.com, scrolling down to the donate button to donate. If you haven't donated on one of those two platforms, then you have not donated and you will be blocked. I don't want to do it, but hey, business is business. And if you're not following the rules, then we have to handle you accordingly. Don't let this keep happening, because after a while you'll be blocked from my channel. Don't get caught slipping. You digs? Don't get caught slipping. You digs? Mindstar, what up, baby? Let me move this out of the way real quick. Or move this down. This thing is getting on my damn nerves, man. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you guys can see the board from here, because we got schools about to be in session right this minute. You digs? So let's get it on, because we got a lot of stuff to cover tonight. You digs? I know this fool didn't just call me. Man, I'm going to have to deal with that when I get off of here. Elijah Justice, what up? Well, Monstar, I suggest you get out here and do some hustling. Like I said, I've been telling you, I've been sounding this alarm for how many years? How long, brothers and sisters? How long have I been telling y'all to start looking and start create? First thing that you do while you're working is start a side hustle. As soon as you get gainful employment, start you a side hustle. I don't care if you're going around mowing old people's lawns or cooking people's food. There's something you can do right now, even during this economic downturn. Okay? Black folks, I get tired of hearing black, especially black men, sounding hopeless. Okay? What up, brown sausage? What up, though? Elijah Justice, what's cracking, homie? Ladies and gentlemen, could you do me a huge favor? And YouTube, please hit the like button if you haven't already. We want to drive as many people to the live stream as possible. Facebook, ladies and gentlemen, if you could do me a huge favor, please hit the like button so we can drive more people to the live stream. Okay? Let's get it cracked. Hold on, let me see something here. Shit. Cool. Hey, that's what you got to do, man. Start you a side hustle. Start from there, get you some customers. And then once you build up your customer base, your client base, then you branch out and then you tell your boss to go fuck yourself. Okay? That's how you do that. Ladies and gentlemen, CNN and MSNBC, as well as other media outlets, are telling this big, fat, bold-faced lie. And what they're telling you is that mainly black people are dying from the China virus. Let me show you why that's a big lie. Now, I know this ain't a great circle, but we're going to work with it any goddamn way. Okay? Okay? We're gonna make it do what it do. Okay? All right. You know what? Maybe I instead of using a circle graph, I'll do something different here. Okay? We'll do something different. Okay? They're saying that African Americans are mainly the ones dying from the Rona. As some brothers is calling it the Rona. All right? What this thing is fat ass white women. These fat motherfuckers. And you niggas up here talking about white women are our best option. Y'all niggas don't get out here with that bullshit. Okay? Hot spots. What is a hot spot? A hot spot is a location where a great number of people are being affected by something. Okay? Where are the hot spots? We're talking about black folks here. Where are the hot spots where there are a lot of black people? New York City, that's one of them. Cleveland, I know what you're thinking. Cleveland, nigga, you must be tripping. Chicago, and Detroit. Detroit. Now I want you to look at. Now I know the cameras are pretty far away. By the way, in the next 3 to 4 months, I'm gonna redo this whole setup, and I'm gonna make it more user friendly for so that you guys can see everything. I'm gonna rearrange this whole office and studio so that you guys can get a better view of when I do the lecture part of these live streams. Now I'm trying to pull this TV. Oh, shit. Try to pull this TV closer. That way you guys can see. Okay. Because you still might not be able to see it. But New York City, Cleveland, to a lesser degree, Cleveland, Chicago, Detroit. Okay. Atlanta may be a hot spot, but they're not really talking about Atlanta like they're talking about Chicago, Detroit, and New York City. Now you have to ask yourself, why is it that so many black Americans are dying in these three cities? As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me make some adjustments here. Y'all hold on for a second. Let me get my whiteboard cleaner. Okay, let's make sure we do this shit right. You know what? Where is that? Let me get another paper towel in here. Y'all hold on for a second. Let me get another paper towel. Okay. Let me make some adjustments here. Let me take Cleveland off of here because Cleveland was mentioned, but see, this is the manipulation of the white media. They mainly want to stick with the cities that are in the lexicon, America's lexicon, on a daily basis. Who's talking about Cleveland on a daily basis? Nobody. Okay, let's just be honest here. Let's just be real here. B the Great B, you in the house, paper? You in the house, baby? Tony Robinson L, what up? What's good, baby? Yeah, I know. Triple T Kill, what up, though? Yeah, I know the video's lagging, babe. Guys, look, I have no control over that. That has I have no control over the video bit. That's because there's a drag that you got all these people at home who are on the internet, who are on Yahoo. Who are on YouTube and who are on Facebook. You know what are folks gonna do? Social media is the new media. Okay, that's we're gonna that's another thing I need to cover in live streams to come. The era of of television being your main entertainment source, those days are over with. Those days are over with, people. Get used to it. These TVs are going to become extinct. Okay? I'm telling y'all, even these flat screen TVs, they're gonna go the way of the dinosaur very soon. 80 and 90% of people are gonna be watching media on iPads, smartphones, and then the rest are gonna be watching on TV. Y'all don't believe me? Go ahead and keep resisting. Okay? The main three cities that are so-called death hotspots for black folks is New York City, Chicago, and Detroit. Now, to a lesser degree, they talking about Dallas, Houston, Memphis, LA. Okay? So, guys, understand. The reason why they're not talking about these cities is mainly like they're talking about Detroit, Chicago, and New York City is because some of these cities, have less than 2 million people, and black folks might not only make up but 12, 13, 20% of the population. There ain't a whole lot of people. But in New York City, there's millions of black people in New York City. There's millions of people in Chicago. There's hundreds of thousands of people in Detroit. That's why they're mentioning those three cities mainly, and to a lesser degree, some of these other ones that you guys have posted in the chat room. You dig? They're saying that mainly, and CNN had the nerve to almost go to the edge of sensationalism, and they had the nerve to say that black people account for almost all of the deaths in this China virus situation. Okay? Listen to the lies. I want you to listen to these lies, because when you don't refute these lies, they keep telling them. This is why black folks are in the condition or in an economic situation we're in this country today. And mainly, you know why we are? Because we don't say anything when people lie on us. When people call us ugly and lazy and this, that, and the third, all we do is get mad. But we don't counter any of this shit. Okay? And I ain't talking about somebody saying, well, black people got to do better. Black people ain't got to do better. Because, so you're going to say the Africans and the native black Americans who were forced into slavery, oh, they should have did better too. See, that's coon talk. That's mammy talk. That's slave talk. That's Sambo talk. Don't listen to black folks that talk that kind of shit. These are your church-going niggas who will let white folks call them nigga at work And if you call them nigga, they'll beat you in the parking lot. These are the same black folks who will beat you in the parking lot. Okay? Will beat your ass down in the parking lot over the same shit. You digs? Let's get it on. All right, now check this out. Peep this here. Peep this here. As of today, and this is very unfortunate, over 25,500 people have lost their lives so far due to China virus. Now, some people are suggesting on social media, and I'm making this clear, this is on social media only. Some people are saying that the government and the medical community are fudging some of these China virus deaths. They're saying that people who had a heart attack, they're saying people that may have died from a heart attack had the China virus. Okay? They're doing a lot of that type of shit. Let me give you an example. If somebody has the China virus and say they are asymptomatic or let's say they're asymptomatic and they die of a heart attack, you know what they're saying? You know what the coroner is being told to say? They died from the China virus. They're doing that. They're doing this type of stuff. Okay? Legendary Proof, what up though? Okay? 25,000 people. The number of deaths in this country has multiplied 4 times in the past week and a half. Well, some people may want to bolster their numbers on how many people are dying from the coronavirus. For it could be that some people want to make this thing look worse than it is. Because you have to ask, what is the white media and what is white America getting out of saying that lying and saying mainly black people are dying from the China virus? Well, you have to understand how American society is set up. You have to understand our culture in this country is, if you're a non-black person, you could become a celebrity in this country if you agree and sympathize with people who verbally and physically harm black people. Did you guys understand where I'm going with this? People get high fives in this, non-black people get a high five in this country for harming black people. That's why nothing happens when these Asians, Arabs, and these East Indians, shop owners, restaurant owners, jump on black women and beat the brakes off of them. You understand? Now, I'm not saying that somebody who dies from, and they prove that they got the coronavirus. I'm not saying that they don't have it. What I'm saying is that people, some folks in the medical examiner offices are whispering that they are saying that people are dying of from the coronavirus when they actually died from something else. Okay, the coronavirus, in my opinion, ain't gonna cause a heart attack. At least that's not what I heard yet. I'm not saying that it. I guess I shouldn't say that it couldn't, because I ain't no doctor and I ain't no scientist. You digs? Now peep this. Peep this here. It's 25,500 tonight. By Sunday, by Saturday, by the weekend of this month, by the end of this weekend, this coming weekend, this is going to be 27, 28, 29,000. They said right now, there are refrigerated tractor trailers that are sitting around in the New York City area and some other hotspot areas full of bodies. Okay? There's a lot of homeless people dying from this shit. See, no matter how much we physically distance ourselves from other people, the nasty ass people who never wash their hands and who still don't wash their hands even during this pandemic, these are the people who are passing that shit around. The whole time I was out of town this past weekend and during last week, most of the time I had my mask on when I was outside my hotel room. Social distancing is helping. Well, I don't like to call it social distancing because it sounds stupid. It's actually physical distancing. See, I distance myself from people anyway because I don't like the smell. I don't want to be close. If I'm close enough to smell your breath, I'm too close to you. I stand back away from people regardless. Okay? Now they say you can catch coronavirus by somebody coughing or sneezing or blowing their breath in your face. Hey, I wouldn't doubt it, Human Paradox. I wouldn't doubt it. And guess what? Obamacare ain't paying for that shit. 25,000 people. It'll be 50 in 2 weeks. That's why they're saying, don't be surprised if at least 200 to 300,000 people lose their lives in the next 2 or 3 months. Because again, because we're not testing everybody, there's still people walking around here who are asymptomatic, don't know they have it, but yet they're walking around still conducting business as if we're not in a pandemic. You did? And they're going to keep on doing it. Okay? Asian, look, people. A lot of people be getting mad and unfriending me on Facebook because I tell the truth. You know what? I'm not gonna stop telling the truth. Let me explain something to you. It ain't just Caucasians who don't wash their hands. Okay? It's not Caucasians, people. It's not just them. It's also a lot of these Asians have horrible hygiene. They don't wash their hands when you watch them in their restaurants, they don't clean, they don't keep their hands clean. They're peeing they're peeing in the drain in the kitchen. They do stuff like that. The same shit they did over there in Vietnam and in Laos, Cambodia, and China and Taiwan is the same shit they do when they come over here. You think they're gonna all of a sudden start having a high standard of personal hygiene just because they in America? And you going over there eating in their restaurants? I ain't ate at a Chinese restaurant in years because I know how to make their food. Their food ain't that technical. All you need is a wok. Hell, an electric wok will do a somewhat of a good job in making their food. But the best tool to have in your kitchen, first of all, you need a natural gas stove. You need a gas stove. And you need to get you one of them woks that we used to use in the Chinese restaurant. You need one of them woks you pull the burner, you take the on the burner on the eye on the stove, you take the plate, the holding plate off of the burner, and then you just let the flame come up and you just set that wok right on top of that shit. All you throw your mushrooms, your beet, your sprouts, your hoisin sauce. I'm gonna do a demonstration on this. I'm gonna show y'all how to make Chinese food one of these days once I get set up right. Nah, cast iron pan. Oh yeah, for fried rice. Yeah. Dig it. Shit, okay. 25,000 people. Don't let it not be you or one of your family members. That's what you need to worry about. Now let's put some real statistics up here, not that fake shit that they put on CNN and MSNBC, them lies they put on there. Okay? All right. Let's break it down by race. Caucasians. Okay? These people account for 79% of all deaths from coronavirus. See, this information, they do not want white America to see this. That's why they love to go and say, well, black folks are dying from skin cancer just like white people. No, they not. Not even 0.0001% of black people are dying from skin cancer. Even the lightest of the lightest Negro don't die from skin cancer. Fuck out of here, telling them damn lies. See, they do that shit because anything killing mainly white folks. And let me tell you another thing. Mainly the 79% of Caucasians who are dying from the coronavirus. There's another demographic they don't want you to know. That most of them are white males. White males are doing or faring the worst during this coronavirus epidemic. Most of them are males. Here's another fun fact that the white media don't want you to know. Over 50% of the deaths from the China virus are young white folks. This is something that really scares me. Young whites. Okay? If you want to know who's mainly dying from coronavirus, whoop, there it is. Okay? White women are faring a little bit better from the coronavirus. You don't believe me? Look this stuff up. It's hard to find, and let me tell you why. They do not want to alarm white folks. That's why they're allowing liquor stores to stay open. They're saying that pro wrestling is an essential. Okay? That fake ass shit y'all be watching, that WWE bullshit, they consider that to be essential. And then you got ESPN got the nerve be showing all these old ass basketball games, old Super Bowls. I don't want to watch that shit. I don't want to watch Duke in North Carolina play no basketball game from 2006. People ain't watching that shit. Man, ESPN is losing a gang of money. Disney has sent, now you know Disney owns ABC. Disney owns ESPN. They own, their parks are closed. All their parks, Hong Kong, Paris, Anaheim, Orlando, they've closed all their parks. They sent a lot of ESPN people home. See, ESPN was bleeding money for Disney. ESPN's been losing money for Disney a long time. Okay? Fuck Disney. Exactly, Triple T Kill. They saying other. Exactly. Losing horse to a white woman. Exactly. 79% of all China virus deaths are Caucasians. 60% of them are males, are Caucasian males. Okay? 50% of them are young whites under 40. They dropping like flies, people. Do you understand me? The black folks who are really being affected. See, this is another thing they don't want to tell you. The most black people. Let me erase this because I don't want to confuse people. Because some people get confused. Some people will be confused because they want to be confused anyway. Before I erase this, people, let me put this so you can see it. 79% of people who are dying from the China virus are Caucasians. 60% are Caucasian males. 50% are young whites under 40 because they are running around this bitch pretending that because they're young, they ain't got nothing to worry about. What they forget about is their immune system is far less stronger than ours because they are a mutation of the original man and woman. That ain't Hotep talk, people. That's science. You digs? Let's stop playing. Playtime was over with when you were a child. You are an adult now, so playtime should have been over. Black folks have to stop playing. Because this is why some of you are whining and complaining about this coronavirus. You're whining all on social media about you done lost your job. Look, I don't want to hear it. I've been sounding this alarm for years that black folks need to get off the corporate plantation, and a lot of y'all want to wait till you lose your job, then you want to be like, Iceman, I see what you're talking about, man. Well, that falls under the category of dumb nigga knowledge. Okay. Who are the black people who are dying from the coronavirus mainly? Elderly black folks. Elderly blacks are dying from the coronavirus, and that's understandable. Their immune systems are weaker. They probably have some underlying or some medical comorbidity where they might have diabetes and high blood pressure already. Okay, we can't really say too much about this because they already had one foot on a banana peel and one foot out in the grave anyway. Okay, the next group of black folks who are mainly dying from the China virus are now. What does that stand for, ladies and gentlemen? Huh? Now, what group of folks does the FBI represent? Huh? This is another group of another large group of black folks who are dying from the coronavirus. You digs? You digs? Okay. Oh, your friend died from it for real? He was Italian? Yeah, a lot of them Italians is dying from it. You see how that ravaged, see how it ravaged, see how it ravaged Italy, his ravishing Italy. he says Disney shut that shit down for real. I didn't know that, man. I didn't hear about that. B the Great B. By the way, B the Great B, what's up, baby? How you living? This group of FBI black people who are dying from the coronavirus is, you guessed it, fat black women. And they fall in the category of FBI. You know what that category is, brothers and sisters. You know what that is, right? Fat, black, and impossible. Okay? Fat black people are some of the main ones dying from the coronavirus. All them fat ass New York City Africans and Caribbean and foundational black Americans who live in the New York City area, they are the ones getting their ass tore up. Fat, black, and impossible. They're saying fat black women are really getting their ass kicked by this pandemic. Okay? You understand me? Another group that's tearing up black folks are young blacks as well as older blacks with poor diet, poor nutrition. Let's just say poor nutrition. That's why when you hear all these people talking about eating healthy, starting to eat healthy now, get the fuck out of here. You waited too late to start eating healthy and behaving like a healthy person. It's a little too late, don't you think? Young blacks who have a poor nutrition, you don't take a multivitamin per day. Don't take no vitamin C. Don't take no cod liver oil. Don't take no omega-3, 5, and 7. You understand? Black people with HIV and AIDS. Okay? And other viruses. Other viruses that are life-threatening. Okay? We ain't talking about having strep throat. Basically, what I'm saying, people, is it just because you black doesn't mean you immune from this shit. If you are in bad health when this shit start popping off and you fall in one of these groups, you are at major risk. Exactly, human paradox. Now I can only stand them jalapenos. That's about as hot as I can eat them. You dig? This is not an absolute list, people. This is just a starter list. The main black people who are succumbing to China virus are elderly black people, fat black women mainly, and black men, young black people with poor nutrition, and people with HIV and AIDS. Okay? Now let's go back to the economic part of this. Okay? Let's deal with the economic part of this shit. This stimulus. Let's talk about the stimulus real quick. Then we're gonna get back into the topics. But I want to talk about the because we're gonna talk about politics too. So Dennis, what's up, baby? About to go to work? Yeah, brother. I'll email it to you as usual. Let's talk about something real quick. I might just take a break after this, so I won't get so tired. Have y'all noticed? Have you noticed when you watch CNBC and some of these channels that are having they anchors work out of the house? Have you noticed how toe up some of them women, when some of them Caucasian women look? All of a sudden, there's some of these Caucasian women, because you can tell that the $1,200 makeup squad is making these women look as good as they look. Okay, if they look good at all. But you notice that some of them they roots they roots they roots is looking kind of gray. Okay, because a lot of these lazy ass Caucasian females that you see on TV on CNN and CNBC and these different networks, a lot of these women, they don't know how to do nothing. All they know how to do is show up and have some glam squad make them look the way they look. And they still ain't dimes after they get all that done. Okay, let's talk about economics real quick. Maybe I should take a break. You know what? Let's talk about this real quick, and then we're going to pick this up after the break. All right, peep this here. Okay, let's talk about the stimulus real quick. They said that this $2 trillion stimulus ought to get everything popping. Guess what the SBA is saying today? After $450 billion, the SBA is saying that they will be out of money by end of week. Can you believe that? End of week. They will be, and you got businesses whining and bitching. You got businesses whining and bitching, talking about the different banks that are allocating that 300, allocating that three. I think it's three. I think one of them is 350 billion. The other one is 450 billion or something like that. This is just specifically for businesses that have less than, I think, 500 employees. Okay, $350 billion gone already. And you still have businesses saying that they have to apply 3 and 4, 5 times in a row to try to get the money. And only a handful of businesses have actually received their money. Did y'all know that? See, this is why I tell you guys that the federal government ain't your friend. The state governments aren't your friend. Here they'll go ahead and create these really great sounding federal programs, and look how they get managed. They're already out of money. The airlines are bitching today that the stimulus they offer, here's what they're offering them. They're offering the airline industry 70% of it is a grant. But there's the stipulations. They can't use stock buybacks. They can't use it as for executive bonuses. And they can't lay not one employee off. And there's some other stipulations that come under that umbrella, but obviously we ain't got time to talk about all of them. Let's talk about the main ones. Okay? 30% is a loan, and if they do not pay that loan back, the federal government, just like they did with the TARP program back in 2008, they automatically buy shares of that corporation like they did during the TARP. What they did is they bought into GM, Ford, Chrysler, and then they shared an ownership stake in those companies until they paid back those loans. Okay? That $1,200 stimulus check, there's a huge problem with that shit. First of all, a lot of people are saying that, I think I heard, and I stand correct, they're saying that they didn't receive the whole $1,200. Some people are saying they didn't receive the whole amount. Okay? If you owe a collection agency, or if you owe child support, you will not see your $1,200, people. So you might as well just count now. If you only owe $5 or $6 grand and it pays off $1,200 of your child support, shit, that's a bonus to you. Okay? So this $1,200 ain't shit, and it ain't gonna do shit. And I'm gonna tell you right now, everybody in the projects gonna end up in about 2 weeks. Everybody in the projects gonna end up with Air Jordans. You're gonna see infants 6 and 7 months old wearing $30 Jordans. KFC's stock is gonna go through the roof, because all of a sudden niggas gonna have enough money to get a bucket of chicken, and that's gonna be after they buy the Jordans. Okay. Unemployment, the unemployment numbers. They said 17 million people filed for unemployment. That's filed. That's not including the people that's saying, man, I ain't gonna get shit anyway, fuck it. Okay? Y'all better hear me. So all them shit talking illegal aliens who've been walking around here, mayate this and nigger that, all them motherfuckers are sitting at home eating off the same tortilla. Okay? Because it's hard to have a job when restaurants are closed, and mainly those people work in those restaurants. Okay? Another thing is with these illegal immigrants, A lot of the construction sites are shut down. Some of them are not, though. But in big cities, they have been shut down. Whether it's commercial real estate projects or residential real estate projects, a lot of them have been halted because of this virus. 17 million. When was the last time we had 17 million people out of work in this country? See, you have to understand something. This number right here is one of the main numbers that are driving, or should I say, pushing our current recession down into a depression. If this number keeps getting bigger, which it will, this is why this stimulus money is a joke. You already have some business people finance people saying these stimuluses are a joke. Some economists are saying that the federal government, the Congress needs to write a check for $10 trillion and give that to the American people only. Fuck these businesses. You know why? Because you can't stop the onslaught of economic downturn by throwing a pocket full of money at the problem. They need trillions of dollars to fix this shit. And giving the money to the people is the only answer. They need to cut people a check for $2,500, 25 or more. $5,000. But see, they don't want to do that because they don't want your black ass and my black ass benefiting from this shit. The only reason why they kicking down this $1,200 to people is because Trump wants to be reelected, which he's going to be reelected anyway, because Biden's going to lose. We're going to talk about that later on tonight. 17 million people have filed for unemployment. That does not include the many hundreds of thousands of people who will never, ever apply for unemployment because they know they ain't gonna get it. That's the lie they don't tell you. See, that's the truth. That's the truth they're not gonna tell you. These 17 million people, the majority of these people will never become employed again this year. Possibly even next year. And you're right, Justin Bieber. A lot of people, the reason why they're getting sick from this shit is their houses are dirty. If your body is dirty and your house is dirty, primarily your kitchen and your bedroom, your kitchen and your bathrooms are dirty, you're in trouble. And you know, a lot of these American women, regardless of race, most American women have nasty houses. I'm sorry. Most American women keep a nasty house. You know they do, because you done been over there trying to get you some. 17 million people. Do you understand how many? Look, I know what you're saying. Ice, we live in a country that got potentially 340 million people. Yeah. But we never have 17 million people out of work at one time in this country. Do you understand me? And it's going to swell to 50 million people in the next 2 or 3 months. See that? Why you think don't let these governors fool you that, oh, we want to do the best thing we can for our citizens, our residents. You know, President Trump talking that bullshit, talking about he want to hurry up and open the country back up. these governors are trying to do the same goddamn thing, people. They trying to demonize President Trump for wanting to get the economy back on track. Can you blame him? Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, can you really blame him? Huh? Do you want 340 million people mad at you? I know I don't. Do you understand me, people? These stimulus packages ain't gonna save us because it's far too little money. And the fact that this pandemic is worldwide, let me explain something to you. 60% of these major airlines, 60% of their planes are grounded. Did you know that? Do you know how many planes that is for an airline like Delta or American or United or Southwest? That means business travelers. You ain't going nowhere, plow. You ain't going overseas. Fuck that. You ain't traveling around the country. This dude posted a video of him on an American Airlines flight. I don't know where he was flying to. That dude was on that flight by himself, nigga. And I guarantee they still didn't give him more than one bag of peanuts. One person on a fucking American Airlines flight. Okay? If this shit stopped tomorrow, we still got this to deal with. We still got possible unknown, asymptomatic people walking around with this shit. We still have nasty surfaces all in these businesses and around people's houses. So even if we test everybody tomorrow, it still ain't going to deal with the economic fallout that's going to keep falling out all the way past December of this year. You can forget about all these HBCU, the Circle City Classic, the Bayou Classic, all that shit's canceled. The Major League Baseball they said they probably gonna have to cancel the whole year. They had the NHL's commissioner on either CNN or MSNBC yesterday, and he said they're leaning toward canceling the whole NHL season. Not that I give a fuck, because I could give a fuck about hockey. Do you understand what we get ready to deal with, nigga? Let me tell you something. If college football and NFL football gets canceled, that means the Super Bowl in February of 2021 is canceled. Do you know what that's going to do to this country? People are already beating their old ladies up and beating their old man up at home because a lot of these people shouldn't be together anyway. But like I said, you know how these women are. Oh, he got money. Oh, he got a motorcycle. Oh, he got some big ass arms. Oh, he got some money. Oh, he got a 3-car garage and a 5-bedroom, 3-bath house over there in a Tony party town. And you put these people in the same house where they can't be away from each other like they normally are, and look at these people, they're killing each other. They're killing each other. This stimulus package don't solve this problem. Okay? Again, I'm gonna say this again. We got 17 million people unemployed right now. Okay? They mainly talking about 17 million white folks. Remember that. Okay? They don't count niggas usually. Okay? You got 17 million people out of work. You got the Federal Reserve pumping $1 trillion into the economy every day. See, this is the shit they don't teach you in econ class. Said domestic violence is going through the goddamn roof right now. You notice, you know something, human paradox? They haven't been talking about child abuse claims. That's one thing they haven't been talking about. You dig? Okay? And Triple T Kill, you're right. Another thing they're not talking about, a lot of these people who are losing their jobs are black people. I went to a Shake Shack over there on the south side of Minneapolis. And before this epidemic, mainly nothing but black women working in there, some black men, but mainly black women in there cooking the food and doing the cash register. They had a manager that's white and they had a manager that's an Asian chick that worked in there. When I went in there after the epidemic, guess who was the only ones working in there? There was a Hispanic and a black dude cooking the food. Then the Asian chick was still there and the white manager was still there. All those black women got laid off. And they never will get their jobs back, no matter how much the CEO of the company claims. Do you understand me? Okay? I guarantee all these kids out here, especially these teenagers, walk around talking shit, talk about mama, you say something stupid to me. You say something, you won't let me have my iPad and my laptop. I'ma call the 800 number. I'ma call CPS. You know what you do? Be like, yeah, you call them, and then I'm gonna get a vial of that. I'm gonna get a vial of that coronavirus blood, and I'm gonna stick it in, and I'm gonna take a syringe and poke you in the ass with it. Okay? Ooh, mama, I'm gonna tell them you said you're gonna do it. Well, who they gonna believe, me or you? And by the way, I'm gonna put your ass out after you get done talking shit. I'm gonna put your little ass out, and you're gonna fend for yourself. Let's see if them white folks that take over there at the CPS office will take care of your ass. That's how you fix that with ungrateful ass children. Okay. There's another thing, but I forgot what it is. There's something else I want to bring to y'all attention that y'all might want to keep an eye on. Let me show y'all something else. Hospitals are turning black people away. Y'all know that? Black folks are reporting that white doctors and these Asian doctors and these other races of people at these hospitals are shitting on them during this epidemic, this pandemic. Y'all hear that? A lot of abuse going on out here. I'm telling y'all right now, once the unemployment once the unemployment numbers go up to 30 million people, once the unemployment numbers go up to 30 million people, we are in trouble. We're already in trouble. But I guarantee once we get up around 20 and 30 million people out of work, guess what? We are officially in a depression. And it ain't going to get no better. Because even though they got all these trillions of dollars to keep sticking into the economy, Remember they told us that they ain't got none of them trillions for reparations? Remember they said that? Where y'all getting all these trillions of dollars from then, Congress? Huh? Where you getting all that shit from? When you have 30 million white people out of work, this country's in trouble. See, the one thing that they want, see, they ain't just worried about getting, see, Biden think he's gonna swoop in there and just flip this whole economic downturn on Trump, and he just gonna sneak into the White House. No, Mr. Biden. No. When you got blacks under 40 who said unequivocally, we ain't voting for you. Okay? And the only people you have talking about they gonna vote for Biden is these scary ass church niggas, these scary Sambos, coons, and mammies and Negro bed wenches left over from the Obama era. They are in the minority. These old niggas ain't vote. These old niggas my age and older are the main ones. These slave-minded church niggas, they are the ones who are gonna vote for Biden's ass. As you saw in 2016, that did not help Miss Hillary get elected president. Okay? Now remember, I'm not voting for the lesser of two evils. And in this case, Trump and Biden are the same level of evil, in my opinion. What did I tell y'all? What have I been teaching you? There's no difference between the liberal racist and the conservative racist, white supremacists. They all are the same people. So no matter whether you vote for Democrats or Republicans, you lose still. You, as a black person in America, you still lose because neither one of those parties, nor the Democrats or the Republicans, are going to do a goddamn thing for black people. And you stupid as hell if you think Biden's going to do something for black folks. This is the same guy who authored 3 strikes and you're out. Okay, if you got 2 felonies on your record and you get a third one for stealing a pack of hot dog, no, if you get a misdemeanor for stealing a hot dog, you can get life without parole in prison, even if your other 2 felonies were non-violent offenses. Then he helped author the 1994 crime bill. Okay? Which helped, and see, at the same time, this is something they don't want to talk about either. At the same time, during the crack epidemic, they were locking up all these black men and some black women, destroying black families, taking black people out of the workforce. At the same time, illegal immigration, the numbers went through the damn roof during the same period of time. And here's how I can prove it. Those of you who are 50 and older, think about this for a second. Didn't it seem like about from the mid 90s all the way to the all the way up until recent that a whole bunch of illegal aliens ended up in this country from south of the border? Didn't you notice that? From the mid 90s all the way to the 2000s, all of a sudden we had this influx of illegal aliens. Those folks are going to start going back to their country if this shit keeps on, because Donald Trump is still not, he's still going to leave them SNAP benefit cuts. He's still going to leave all that stuff in place. He didn't stop any of that stuff. So those 700,000 people who are going to get cut from the SNAP program, that's your ass. A lot of them are these parasitic motherfuckers coming over here, sucking on our guts, sucking off the state government. And you know what the city of Minneapolis is doing? This little pussy ass piece of shit mayor up here in Minneapolis. You know what this motherfucker did? He gonna put aside $5 million so that illegal immigrants, these no good, dirty ass motherfuckers, can get stimulus money through the city of Minneapolis. And here they ain't even got enough goddamn cops to patrol the streets. Did y'all know that? This motherfucker was on CNN yesterday. Well, the federal government is leaving out illegal aliens, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to put aside $5 million. They got, I don't know how many cases where the Minneapolis police have murdered black men, and they still haven't paid those civil cases. But yet they got money for illegal aliens? See, black people, this is how these people end up coming to this country, can't speak English, no education, and in 10 years, they're living better than your black ass, and your people were born here. Keep on voting for these Democrats. Keep on voting for these no good Democrats. All they looking, the city of Minneapolis ain't putting no money aside for black folks who ain't making it. City of Minneapolis got I don't know how many goddamn potholes all over the damn city, but they can give illegal aliens $5 million. And the black ass niggas on the Minneapolis City Council, they need their ass kicked if they voted for that sorry shit. Look at this economic fallout. And we just getting started, people. When the baseball season and the NFL season and the college football season gets canceled, you know we in trouble. It's going to take years to come back. Let me tell you something. 6 months of economic fallout like we're having right now, it's going to take a year, maybe even 2 or 3 years to come back from this shit. And we ain't even done yet. That's why these governors and the president have been murmuring under their breath, we need to get this country back open. Because not only is President Trump's political career in somewhat jeopardy, these governors can't sit up here and let they states go to shit. See, they mad at Trump because Trump is running this country like a business. And all these liberal Democrats that work at all these bullshit ass channels like CNN and MSNBC, see, they all pissed off at Trump. All day long, CNN is shitting on Trump. All day long, MSNBC is shitting on Trump. Just the same way Fox News was shitting on Obama the whole time he was in office. So you see any difference between Fox News and CNN and MSNBC? Because I don't. They all tell the same lies. And remember, I'm talking 17 million white folks. Don't let this number get up this high to 30 million people. Hell, 20 million. Do you know how long it's going to take us to come back from this shit? This ain't like that mortgage crisis. This ain't like that shit that happened in 2007, people. This is far worse than this. This is far worse than that shit. Half the country wasn't affected by that shit. Okay? Here's the difference between what happened in 07. There is a difference between what is happening right now in 2020. Let me give you some information. The reason why this is different from what happened in 07 is because they did not have to shut the country down. There was no epidemic or pandemic, so there was the businesses who claimed they were hurt by their mortgage crisis were whom? Insurance companies, investment banks, and Wall Street, and certain private corporations. Who made out like fat rats? The oil industry. Okay? A barrel of crude oil today was trading at $20.52 when I turned the CNBC off before the live stream. Does the oil industry, you think the oil industry think they're going to come back from this shit? You think that, we almost to the summer. Oh, we're going to get this shit licked by the summer. And people are going to be out there on the interstate, driving all over the place. No, they're not. People going to be on them planes, flying off, doing the bird all over the world and domestically. No, they ain't. This shit psychologically is going to affect people. And even if they open the country up next week, it still ain't going to stop this goddamn train of economic uncertainty. It ain't going to stop it, people. Okay? Remember, people, this is not just a pandemic. This is a plague. It's the white plague. And that's what's scaring these white folks. Yeah, they got two things to worry about at the same time. They got to worry about the health of Caucasians in America and Europe, but they also got to worry about the economy continuing to suffer because of this pandemic. So they got two major issues that they got to deal with at the same time, and they can't elevate one over the other. That's what's really making this shit hard for them, is that they can't elevate. If they elevate the economy over the health crisis part of this shit, then this will suffer. If they elevate this over the economy is going to suffer. See, they want you to think that they're going to be able to easily get a handle on this shit. No, they not. They can't easily get a handle on this shit. Let me tell you something. America is a consumer-based economy. 70% of our GDP depends on consumer spending. Do you understand me? So if we're not spending, once we get through a summer where everybody has to stay home, let me tell you something. The summer is going to ruin Christmas. Thanksgiving and Christmas is going to be ruined this year, and thankfully so. Fuck Thanksgiving and fuck Christmas, because that's some pagan shit anyway. You shouldn't even be celebrating that demonic shit. Okay? There will be no FDR Green Deal like it was when we went through that Great Depression during the 30s. There ain't going to be no Green Deal, people. It's just going to be every man fend for himself. 30 million people out of work in the next month or more. Pray that I'm not right. Let me ask y'all something on the Facebook and YouTube side. How much of what I've been saying in the past, especially in the last year and a half, how much of this shit has come to light? How much of this shit, how many of my predictions have come true? Be honest. Be honest. I'll wait. Be honest. How many of my predictions have come true? Didn't I tell you that we are going to have another economic event in the next year? Didn't I say that about 6 months ago? Didn't I say that? We have a volatile economy. It takes little or nothing to upset our economy. I'm not saying that this China virus is a small issue, because it's not. What I am saying is that as big as this China virus problem is worldwide, not just domestically, but worldwide, this is destroying tourism. It's destroying the airline industry. It's destroying the hospitality industry. Okay? A lot of these restaurants cannot survive. A lot of these restaurants cannot survive on delivery only, on takeout only. Some of them are not built like that. This country was not built for shit like this. It was built just in time. We live in a just in time, fly by the seat of your pants economy, which means that any kind of upset in this type of economy is going to throw the balance of the whole economy off. We've only been in this pandemic for how long in this country? I'm talking about in America. What? A month? Less than a month? And look at the situation we already dealing with. Look at this shit. We got 17 million people out of work. That ain't counting the people who didn't file for unemployment, which a lot of them are whom? Black people and some of these other races of people. So we're talking about another 2 million people that are unaccounted for because they have not applied for unemployment. See, this is the economic lesson you ain't gonna never get in college. We're gonna get up to 30 million people in the next week or 2 or 3 weeks or beyond. We're in trouble, people. This economy is free falling from 35,000 feet. You better recognize we are in trouble. This is why I keep telling, how long have I said to you guys, get out of working for these white corporations? How long have I been telling y'all this shit? I've been telling y'all this shit for 6-7 years. And a lot of y'all have been like, oh, Ice just running his mouth. He's an old war veteran. He just running, he crazy, he just running his mouth. Don't fuck around and be one of these 30 million people, black folk, because you may end up being one of these people. You know what's another indication that we're getting ready to have even more economic fallout? People who work for more stable companies that who are not in the tourism industry, not in the airline industry, who are not in the food service industry, the beverage industry. You know what? Let me tell you something. Those people are going to be the next ones to lose their jobs. And you know what? They already talking about, the banks are already whining to Trump that millions of people could default on their mortgages. Do you know what the fuck that would do? If you think our economy is already in fucked up shape already, do you know what will happen when if Wall Street investors lose interest and confidence in mortgage-backed securities, nigga? You're gonna add everything that happened in 2007, add it to the shit that's already happening right now. Do you understand how bad this shit is? Even if it stopped tomorrow, this represents 2 to 3 years of economic shitstorms that are going to take 2 to 3 years to fix. That mortgage fallout in 2007, it took this country about 5 to 6 years to recover fully. And we still haven't totally recovered. You think we're gonna bounce back from this shit just because they may be able to save half of the NFL season? They might be able to save half of the baseball season. You think that's gonna fix the economy in this country? And you got all these people angry and pissed off, and now people have got their guns at home, people got their alcohol, people got their weed, and I'm telling you right now, you're going to start seeing motherfuckers smoking their old man and smoking their old lady in them houses. It ain't going to just be about people depressed because they done lost their job or they stuck at home with each other. It's going to be, all I see is despair, and I might as well just kill you and the kids, bitch. Fuck it. That's what you're going to start seeing in another month or two. We ain't got there yet. And according to the media ain't gonna never tell you the total truth about anything. Hell, they ain't even gonna tell a half a lie. They ain't even gonna tell a half a truth. To at least keep you on the edge of your seat trying to figure out what the fuck is gonna happen next. Let me tell you something. This is one thing that really gets on my nerve. We're gonna stop here and we're gonna take a break after this. This is some shit I gotta talk about right now. I was gonna wait, but I'm gonna talk about this shit right now. Because this shit got me pissed the fuck off. I am so sick of this shit. Damn, y'all. What I do with my goddamn marker? Put it somewhere in here. Oh, here it is. I knew I dropped something. Okay. Here's the lie. Hold up. Here's the lie they keep telling. They keep talking this shit because they trying to mind fuck people. And black women are really sucking this shit up because black women really want to be white. Black women really want to, did y'all read online, Oprah's going around telling that lie, talk about the coronavirus is decimating black folks. Y'all read that shit? Oprah, sit your fat slave mammy ass down. Fuck out of here. Talking about Joe Biden is considering Oprah Winfrey as a vice president. Get the fuck out of here. Ain't nobody gonna vote for, nobody want Oprah for no fucking vice president. Oprah can't even run her own shit right. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Here's a lie they keep telling, they keep selling, trying to sell this shit. I'm gonna hammer the shit out of this. We are in this together. You notice every time you turn on fucking TV, all these goddamn they having all these celebrities doing these, they got all these celebrities doing these PSAs talking about, yeah, boy, we gonna get through this together, black. We gonna get through this together, people. Yeah, we gonna get through this together. Let me ask y'all a question. Are we together right now? Huh? If we are, we are. Are we in this? Are we together right now? Huh? Huh? Last I checked, most black people live in segregated areas. So are we in this together? Black unemployment amongst black people in this country is somewhere between 45 and 55%. So are we in this together? Huh? The SBA disperses about, I don't know, 25 billion dollars in SBA loans per year. Black people, black owned businesses only account for 1.7% of that $24 billion a year. Does that sound like we in this together? Most corporations in this country won't hire black men, regardless of bad credit or criminal record. They'll hire black women though. Does that sound like we in this together? Most corporations in this country won't hire veterans. That sound like we in this together? We in this together, Holmes. We in this shit together. Now, if you want to be a slave-minded coon, mammy, Sambo, and a Negro bedwench, if you want to be all in like this and you want to believe this kind of foolishness, go ahead. We are not in this together. We ain't in this together, white folks. You owe us you owe us at least $30 trillion to the descendants of foundational black Americans, slaves in this country, our ancestors. You owe us. So we ain't in this together. See, white folks you notice how white folk get down? When there's something that is overwhelmingly affecting them adversely, all of a sudden they want all hands on deck. Fuck all hands on deck. I ain't helping you motherfuckers do nothing. Okay? We ain't in this together. We ain't in shit together. The last 500 years, you have been murdering, raping, sodomizing, and disenfranchising and subjugating black folks. Don't sit up here and tell me we in this together. Because we didn't do it to ourselves, did we? I'm going to take a break. If you have not donated yet, go to the Cash App. Our Cash App ID is $ the Iceman 1906, or go to asktheiceman.com, scroll down to the donate button to donate. Also, if you don't have my first book, make sure you go get it. The Game of Life According to the Iceman, Volume 1. You can get this at asktheiceman.com. Scroll down to the add to cart button. You can purchase it right there. Hey, order 4 or 5 of them. You need to get these books. This is a perfect time to get this book, because not only do you need to read it if you ain't got it, but you need to have your sons and daughters read it. You need to have your frat brothers read it. You need to have anybody that needs to get some life lessons. You need to get them this book. And if you don't get it at AskTheIceman.com, you can always get it at Amazon. Okay? I'm going to be back in 2 and 2, y'all. Be back in 2 and 2. Keep it locked right here on the Iceman Show podcast. You tuned in to the Iceman Show podcast. I am your host, the Iceman. Back up in you one more again. Had to take a break. So if you're just now joining us, we're back in the saddle, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, please go to asktheiceman.com. Scroll down to the donate button to donate. We got a lot more people watching who are not in the chat room. Please take this time to donate right now. Okay? Don't tell me you don't have $5 to donate. Let's get it cracking. If you don't want to donate on PayPal, go to download the free Cash App. Our Cash App ID is $the Iceman 1906. Okay, let's get it on. Like I was saying before we took a break, they talking about we in this together. We the only people in this country that get treated, that get called niggas and get treated like niggas. Okay, everybody else is considered an honorary Aryan in this country. There is no brown people. The only black and brown people are us. Those folks you keep pointing at, those Latinos you keep calling brown people, they consider themselves to be white. So you look stupid saying black and brown people. First of all, even if they did consider themselves to be brown, we ain't together. Those people hate you. Those people want to kill you. How many more black folks have to die before you realize that we are all we got? You ain't got no allies. You ain't got no friends. There's no yellow, black, and brown alliance. Fuck out of here talking about this we in this together shit. We in this shit together. Okay? We in this shit, white folks. More of your people are gonna die from this virus. And you know what? I ain't finna do shit about it. Okay? Because white supremacists of every ilk are gonna have to answer to God for your hatred and degradation and subjugation and murdering and raping of the black man and woman and child. You gonna get your comeuppance. Okay? You digs? You're gonna get your comeuppance for what you have done to God's chosen people. And by the way, black man and woman, if you don't believe that you are the God's chosen people, that's because you don't know your history. If you think them white ass Israelis are the chosen people, you're a fucking fool. And you're an idiot. And the reason why you think that those white ass Caucasian, them cave people posing as Jews are the real Jews is because you don't know your history and you practice self-hating skullduggery on yourself so you can better live under the ball sack of white supremacy. Well, this virus is making it hard for you to do so in peace, ain't it? This China virus is doing a job on feminism. Did y'all know that? It's doing a job because all these white female-owned nonprofits that claim we provide shelter to domestic violence victims. We provide shelter to all these women that want to get away from their abusers. It's funny how men become abusers when they want a woman to be accountable for her actions. So that's considered verbal abuse. Meanwhile, they can go and cheat on you because you ain't bringing enough money into the house. They can go out here and do the shit, have babies by other men. They can do all this foul shit and nobody does anything to them. All these strong all these strong, independent women, where you at? Where you at under this under this China virus? Where all the strong, independent women at? Huh? Where y'all at? Oh, I can make my own money. I don't need no man for shit. Meanwhile, your kids are hungry. Meanwhile, you gotta go do a drive by at the food bank because you ain't got enough Ritz crackers and lunch meat and tuna in your gut and cans of beets and corn in your house. But you strong and independent. Let me tell y'all something. All these shit talking women, they ain't talking too much shit right now. You notice women are very quiet right now, especially all the big mouth, I'm independent, I'm strong and independent types. You notice most of them bitches ain't got a goddamn thing to say. And you know why they ain't got a goddamn thing to say? Because when you ain't got no money coming in, and you done lost your job because white daddy and white mommy done took your job away, it's kind of hard to be talking that I'm strong and independent shit when you ain't got no money coming in. I don't know how many women creating Instagram pages, fans only Instagram pages to sell booty pics so they can make the rent. One of the largest landlords, one of the largest office leasers in the city of New York City said they are not going to pay their rent May 1st. One is called WeWork. This company, I didn't know this. This company's huge. They got I don't know how many offices in the New York City area. They said on May 1st, they not paying their rent. Do you know what's going to happen if a whole bunch of people on April 1st didn't pay their rent, man? And May 1st, it's a whole bunch of commercial businesses talking about they not going to pay their rent May 1st. This one dude was on TV today talking about how his corporation ain't paying rent May 1st if this shit continues. Matter of fact, he said they're not going to pay their rent because they ain't making no money. You got to understand, for all of these people out here living by the seat of their pants financially, not saving no money, they in Cancun every other week. Them and their girlfriends are at happy hour at all the bars. These are the people who are starving right now. Because when you don't have any money saved up, and you are technically, whether you admit it to yourself or not, even if you're middle class, you're living paycheck to paycheck. If you don't have any savings, you are living paycheck to paycheck. 70% of people in this country don't even have $20 in their checking account right now. This was before this shit popped off. Remember, all of the people who spent all their money last year for Christmas, they haven't had a chance to catch up because remember, it takes 2 or 3 months average to pay for all that money you spent during the Christmas holidays. You see how that shit works? And we've been dealing with this virus since mid-February? Come on, people. This is why I keep telling y'all, the economy is in worse shape than these people are admitting on television. Because again, over 60% of people in this country don't have $400 in their savings or checking account. And over 70 to 80% of people in this country don't even have 20 or 30 or $50 in their checking or savings account. That is a recipe for depression right there. And then after the Christmas holidays, when you think when the average household takes at least a month and a half to 2 to 3 months to pay off all the money they wasted during the Christmas season, this virus shit popped off and people start losing their jobs in February. Are y'all putting all this shit together? Are you putting all this together that I'm telling you, that I'm teaching you? This is why you can't believe shit you see on TV. You can't listen to none of these liars say on MSNBC and CNN. Oh, Iceman, you just going around trying to scare people talking about the sky is falling. No, nigga, the sky has fell already. We are in worse shape than you think. And I'm not saying that because I think I'm immune. I'm not. I'm telling you because I have forecasted this shit years ago. And unfortunately, the shit is coming to fruition, ain't it? That's why I asked you almost 45 minutes ago, haven't I been screaming this shit from the rooftops for the past 6, 7, 8 years that we need to protect ourselves from these economic downturns? And the only way to do it is to get these parasites out the Black community. We need to get these Asians up out of here. Let me say this, and y'all, I don't care, all you guys that love Asian bitches, I don't give a fuck. You can get mad if you want to. I don't care. You are sick. It's sick that you got enough. It's sickening that you find a Asian women attractive over Black women. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you right now, maybe 1% of Asian women are attractive. I don't find them to be attractive. Some of them are attractive. Most of them are not. Even the ones that were born here in America, most of them I don't find to be attractive. Most of them have asses that are flatter than Caucasian women's flat behinds. And you niggas, ooh man, Asian women, man, ooh Asian women. Like, the fuck is wrong with you niggas? I ain't never been one of these niggas out here with Asian fever. Let me tell you something. As a Black person, you cannot live in an Asian society, with the exception of maybe the poor Asian countries like Vietnam, Laos, Thailand, Cambodia, yeah, you can live in those countries and be treated pretty well. But if you live in South Korea or China, you ain't gonna get treated very well because they don't want any other races of people in their society. They, to a certain degree, don't want whites in their society, but they worship white people, so they don't care if their daughters go and get with white men. That's considered a come up to them. How many of you dumb niggas are still patronizing Asian-owned businesses? You have to understand, people, I read something online today. The average Asian business averages a gross income of $100,000 a month based off black money. I'm going to say that again. It is estimated that Asian-owned businesses in black neighborhoods gross monthly over $100,000. Yet they don't spend not one dime of that, one penny of that with black-owned businesses. How many of you dumb niggas are going to go out tomorrow and continue to support support Asian-owned businesses and continue to drive by and walk by black-owned businesses? Black people, let me explain something to you. This is the time for you to take advantage of this time in history and get these Arabs, these East Asians, these East Indians, and these Arabs, and these Caucasians, and these especially these Asians out of our fucking wallets and pocketbooks. How many of you guys are with me on this? Already I am seeing online hashtags like this. Oh shit. God damn it. Okay? If you think these Negroes, you think our fellow black men are out here playing, look around. The boycotting of all Asian businesses has already started. How many of you are going to join in? Now, we might not be able to cut out the Caucasian, the cave man and woman, but we can definitely get these Asians, Arabs, and East Indians out of our wallets and our pocketbooks, and geographically out of black neighborhoods, sucking off of us. These people are parasites, man. They're going to take your money. No, first of all, you're going to give them your money, and then you're going to turn around and let them beat the shit out of you in their nail shop, beauty supply, restaurants, etc. You need your motherfucking ass kicked. See, these black women are learning, brothers, but they learning real slow. They learning at a snail's pace, brothers. But they're getting it. They're getting it because these black women see we letting their ass twist in the wind. Because let me tell y'all something. Black women, if you think the food bank is going to feed your kids, you got another thing coming. Let me explain something to you. The only shit you can get from the food bank is food that got all that gluten in it, that's all that bread and crackers and salty ass soups, off-brand vegetables like all cans of peas and motherfucking beets and all the kind of stuff. Ain't none of that stuff nutritional. Cans of corn, nasty ass corned beef hash. You go take your ass over there to the food bank and think they gonna feed you just as good as you feed yourself. Go take your ass over there. Fuck out of here. You talking about where they cut my SNAP benefits? I'm just gonna go to the food bank. No, bitch, they ain't got nothing for you at the food bank either. I told y'all, if you think the federal government and the state government is gonna take care of black folks, you got another thing. You got another thing coming. We are going to boycott all Asian-owned businesses, including the corporate ones. Best Western motels and hotels. That is majority owned by the Chinese. Did y'all know that? So the next time you looking for a place to get a hotel room, make sure you drive right on past Best Western because they are majority Chinese owned. You know what, brothers? Let me ask the sisters a real quick question. How many of you sisters that wear weaves and wigs and lace fronts, what is your hair looking like these days? Huh? What is, now that we got nationwide martial law and we got shelter in place, that's the nice word for it. How's your hair doing, black women? Because when I see white women on TV with their hair all toe up, if their hair is toe up and their hair is requires less maintenance than yours, I'm wondering what's going on with black women's hair? Huh? What's going on with y'all hair? Huh? How y'all living? How's you doing, sisters? Now that the booty heads are shut down and can't say no Hawaiian silky or some of that synthetic yak hair or some of that yak hair. How is your dude faring these days? See, I'm tell you, black women, if you ain't begun to love yourself and love your nappy ass hair, you better learn today. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, the Asian weave shops and the beauty supplies and the nail shops, they ain't coming back like they was before this virus because everybody is hating them Asians. Everybody is shitting on Asians today. And I hope they keep on shitting on them because these Asians are a prime example of what happens to you when you get too big for your britches. Okay? As my dad used to say. Okay? Asian businesses will never come back. And the black community, the black society, we're going to do everything we can to make sure they never come back. I'm going to do my part. Okay? I'm going to do my part. I don't go to Best Western anyway. But I'm going to make sure I avoid them like the plague now that I know that they are majority Chinese owned. They got a Chinese They got a Chinese. Look, people, I told y'all the Chinese be coming over here buying up all our businesses. And Best Western, because Best Western hasn't done well since the 70s and 80s. Best Western used to be on the level of Hilton Garden Inn back in the day. They used to be on that level. Now look at them. They can barely stay afloat. But the Chinese bought them up. So make sure you drive right on past. Make sure you drive right on past Best Western. And I would suggest you look online and find out what majority-owned Asian businesses are out here so you can avoid and boycott their asses. Yeah, I said it. We are going to boycott Asian-owned businesses. If you don't like it, take your ass somewhere else where you can have intersectionality and you can be in this together. You can be in that melting pot with all the rest of the people of color. While everybody else is trying to get white status, you barely holding on with your dumb ass. You dig? Cut this shit out. Black folks, we got to start winning. We got to stop doing dumb shit that makes us take an L. We got to stop this losing, man. See, black folks, we have accepted failure and losing because the last two generations, my generation and the baby boomers generation, has done nothing but fucked off the last 50, 60 years. These young brothers and sisters ain't voting for Joe Biden. They not voting for Joe Biden. They not voting for Biden. So all you old coons, Sambos, and mammies who are going to go and vote for Joe Biden, even though he done sat up here and put more black people in prison and destroyed more black families between him and President Clinton, they have destroyed millions of black families. And you got the nerve to tell me you going to vote for Joe Biden anyway because he's the opposite of Donald Trump. And yet, the last I checked, Donald Trump doesn't have the same political history that Joe Biden has had for the last 50 years. But you gonna vote for Joe Biden anyway, because you want anybody in there other than Trump. Y'all saw how the black media, we shut down Bernie Sanders' ass. I'm suspending my presidential campaign. No, motherfucker, you need to sit your ass down somewhere. That's why he endorsed Joe Biden so fast. He didn't endorse Hillary Clinton that quickly after the Democratic Party pulled that shit they pulled the last time in 2016. He didn't go right out there and endorse Hillary. He waited a few weeks before he did that because he was being defiant. Man, y'all better get on the good foot, man. Joe Biden think he just goes ease into the White House. No matter how bad this economy gets. Trump will be reelected. You understand me? Because the black vote is the only block of votes that puts a Democratic president in the White House. And we ain't showing up in November if we have an election at all. Okay? If we have one at all. Or we just have a mail-in ballot situation popping off. No matter what. And do you hear what Ho Biden's silly ass been saying? You know what this motherfucker been saying? He's gonna choose a black woman for a vice presidential candidate. Nigga, you ain't never going to the White House. Let me tell you something. Joe Biden ain't gonna make it to the White House anyway, unless he's visiting. But he damn sure ain't gonna go to the White House with a black ass female as a vice presidential candidate. That's supposed to see, black folks, you gotta understand something. Just like when God damn it. Yeah, he gonna pick Harris, or he gonna pick or he's gonna pick Stacey J.J. Abrams. He's gonna pick her old homosexual ass. He might pick Andrew Bussyman Gillum for a vice presidential candidate. Since the Democrats love to help the LGBT community so goddamn much. He can get Bussy Man up there for his vice presidential candidate. Okay? Let me see something here real quick. Let me look up something real quick. They're saying that um Okay. Well, bro. You gotta do what you gotta do, player. Black man gotta look out for himself. Talking about head lice drug, a potential COVID-19 killer. Look at these nasty motherfuckers. Notice black people do not get head lice because of the type of hair we have. Oh, but you stringy hair folks, woo, do y'all get head lice? Now check this out, guys. Jerry Jones, Mark Cuban, and among other owners and commissioners are advising President Trump to reopen the economy. Y'all see what I'm talking? I'm telling y'all, man, we are in trouble if these professional sports cannot be able to get back on track and start functioning. I'm telling y'all, it's a strong indication about this situation going from bad to worse. Man, Saturday Night Live did this shelter in place, raggedy ass goddamn show. Oh, it was horrible. It was so unfunny. Fuck out of here. I don't give a damn about no coronavirus playlist. Could care less about somebody's playlist. Did y'all see Obama's ass up here endorsing Biden? I'm like, man, if you don't sit your ass down somewhere and get back into the witness protection program, nobody wants to see Obama's ass. Nobody wants to see Obama's ass. He said, busted open Gilliam. Exactly. His wife left his ass, though. Let me explain something to y'all. Biden ain't gonna get half the votes Hillary Clinton got. Even if they open up the economy by November, we still ain't voting for Biden. Most young black people, and when I say young black people, I mean mostly under the age of 40. Most under the age of 40 black men and women are not voting for Biden's ass. And believe it or not, Trump has picked up a bunch of black voters since last year. Black folks who say they're going to vote for Trump has increased 10 to 15%. Did y'all know that? Telling y'all, man, those of you slave-minded black folks who think all you got to do is register 5 or 6 niggas to vote, and you gonna tell all your church members to go out and vote for that racist motherfucker Biden, but you ain't gonna tell none of your voters, none of your fellow churchgoers to get out here and support black-owned businesses. Don't y'all find it interesting that these Democratic shill niggas and these house niggas and these other assorted Sambos, coons, and Negro bedwenches and mammies will sit up there and talk about, oh, we need to go out here and make sure we register all these black people to vote. Oh, we got to make sure we get out to vote. But notice you won't get not one of them same slave-minded niggas to say, hey, everybody, make sure you find a Black-owned business to support either virtually online or brick and mortar. Notice that. See, this is why most of these Black people, you can't trust them. Because these are the niggas who are making videos talking about, why don't everybody go out and find a Chinese restaurant to support and make sure you leave a big tip. Get the fuck out of here. Man, if y'all don't get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, I ain't supporting none of them goddamn businesses. I ain't supporting no China, no Asian-owned business. I've been boycotting their ass for the last 2 or 3 years. I just didn't say anything on my platform. I just didn't say nothing on the broadcast. But I've been boycotting them Asians for years because they're parasites. They're fucking parasites, dog. Fuck out of here. Biden is gonna lose, and if you vote for him, you're a loser too. You digs? I'd like to thank you all for joining the Iceman Show podcast tonight. I'm your host, the Iceman. Be back here on Thursday at 5:30 p.m. for another episode of the Iceman Show podcast. Don't meet me here, beat me here. You understand me, dog? I'll let you guys know what the topic is gonna be, but I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna be a motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you that right now, y'all. If you haven't donated yet, please download the free Cash App. Our Cash App ID, ladies and gentlemen, is $ the Iceman 1906, or you can donate going to asktheiceman.com. Scroll down to the donate button to donate there. Holler at your boys. Holler at your boy.